Has been arrested on suspicion of rape, arrested and taken to an East London police station on Saturday morning and released on bail on Saturday night. We'll report on that after the news.
A Conservative MP has been arrested on suspicion of rape. Teachers are demanding greater clarity on school classes resuming in England at the start of next month, bearing in mind COVID infections. And in Australia, the state of Victoria has been put back into lockdown for 6 weeks. The weather here, sunny spells and scattered showers. Earlier rain for Wales and the west, heavier showers later in the north, and a high of 25 degrees.
LBC Travel, I'm Joanne Webb. The M4 is closed in both directions between junctions 5 at Langley and 6 at Slough. It's for the weekend roadworks, and that will definitely cause delays throughout this morning. Outside Chancery Lane Station, High Holborn is closed in both directions because of an ongoing police investigation. And in the city, London Wall is closed eastbound for emergency works. In the east, Neeson Lane is closed in both directions because of a fire in a building. And in Eltham, the South Circular Road remains closed westbound at the 8.
This is LBC. Alphas are here to get you where you want to be. Checking and fixing over 1 million cars every year at 700 stores and garages nationwide. So wherever you're going this summer, get your battery and tyres ready to hit the road with a free road-ready car check at Alphas. There's no job too big or small. Alphas, for life's journeys.
kids are coming back to. I drive by quite in London, and the kids growing up property. I saw London, it was glorying it. I saw Oxford Street and the King's Road, what it looked like back then. These kids are never going to see that. They're not going to see that now. They were not seeing it before COVID. They were closing down. And now they're sitting there as adults, disputing the fact that we should keep restaurants or bars or...
Well, Marco, I understand. I understand. Okay, well, you've nailed your colours to the mast on this, and I do understand that. But what happens if, for instance, you've got children and you work in, let's say, a restaurant? You're a chef, you're a general manager, you're a waiter. Just for instance, you know, what happens if you haven't got a job? And you know, that's a legitimate concern.
But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, these guys don't have a job. These companies and these pubs and all these industries have paid into the system for years. The government has taxed alcohol beyond comprehension, okay? So the government needs to help continue to fund certain of these industries if they need to, if required.
And it's a bottomless pit, Mike. No, but it's not a bottomless pit, is it? The same children you're educating are going to have to pay for this, aren't they, in the future?
Yeah.
I'm not having a go at you. I sound like
we completely. If we blow their future, how are they going to pay for this? So we blow the bottomless pit now. We blow their future. We keep the boozers open. We keep the restaurants open, and then what?
No, Marco, I must leave it. I don't know. We're trying to find a way through that. 0345 6060973. Marco, thank you very much indeed. Papers this morning. Sunday Telegraph. Minister's blueprint to avoid new lockdown. Enhanced shielding. Tighter local measures. Sealing off the capital. Sealing off London. Just rewind back to March, February. Elderly people and others considered to have an increased risk from COVID-19 could be asked to stay at home under radical plans being drawn up to avert a second national lockdown. And it goes on. We've already done that. The Sunday Times this morning, we may address this later, in fact we will. Emails reveal officers' fears of rogue SAS execution squad. BBC involved in this investigation as well through Panorama and Sunday Times exclusive today. Stop this chaos, says the Sunday Mirror. Corona crisis plea. Prime Minister told to get a grip of confusion. And I'll save that one just for a second. Oh, Observer magazine have got a 100-foot wave or something like it on the front page. It's from a place called Nazaré in Portugal. Have a look at that. It's fantastic. Observer magazine. Everyone's going there for these massive waves, even just to look at them. Amazing stuff. Sunday People, don't let another 20,000 die. Boris. Sunday Express, virus fears put lives back on hold. Vulnerable Britain's not yet ready to risk going outside. Those shielding yesterday came out, or at least they were allowed to. The Sun on Sunday, Paul Scholes is a lock clown. Huge house party on day one of a new clampdown, and same story Star on Sunday. The Mail on Sunday says Tory MP quizzed by police over sex attacks. A leading Tory MP last night arrested on suspicion of raping and sexually assaulting a comms researcher. As James Goodison will tell us. Morning, James.
Morning, Andrew. This news will send shockwaves through Westminster. A former minister has been arrested after a woman in her 20s accused him of rape, sexual assault and coercive control. It's understood the Conservative MP was taken into custody early on Saturday and was released on bail in the evening until a date in mid-August. The woman who made the complaint was a former parliamentary employee. She made her initial complaint to police officers on Friday night before giving a 5-hour interview yesterday to Met detectives. She alleges that the MP assaulted her, forced her to have sex and left her so traumatized that she had to go to hospital. These incidences are alleged to have occurred at addresses in Westminster, Lambeth and Hackney between July last year and January of this year. Following this accusation, the Metropolitan Police have started an investigation stating it related to 4 separate incidents involving allegations of sexual offences and assault. Now, this news comes just 3 days after a former Conservative MP, Charlie Elphicke, was convicted in a separate case of 3 counts of sexual assault against 2 women, one of whom was a parliamentary worker. As of now, news is still emerging around this recent case. The former minister has not been named, but this morning the Conservative Party will be waking up to pressure, calling for him to have the whip removed, that pressure may be heightened as it's claimed that senior Conservatives, including Chief Whip Mark Spencer and Leader of the House of Commons Jacob Rees-Mogg, were already aware of the claims against the man. It's thought that Mr. Spencer advised her to make a formal complaint to the authorities who would investigate the claims. He said in a statement that the Chief Whip takes all allegations of harassment and abuse extremely seriously. The Conservative Party says it would be inappropriate to comment further as it's in the hands of the police. For now, the man remains a Conservative MP.
Okay, well, James, thank you. Overseas James Goodison with the latest on that story. Conservative MP has been arrested on suspicion of rape. A couple of your texts before we go to the news. I'm a secondary school teacher. I'm not worried about returning in September. Our school plan is workable and I do feel safe. We will have staggered starts and zoning, plus high hygiene controls as advised. There is and always has been more guidance to come later this month to ensure all is up to date as the virus situation is a changing one. I don't understand the union's stance, says H in London. And the union's stance is that teachers are beginning to sound the alarm, as the Observer would have it, over plans to reopen schools. If half your high street, don't worry about your local boozer, which you may or may not go down, if half your high street has to stay closed, or the beauty salon, the hairdressers, gyms, theatres got no chance of opening, if all of that has to stay closed for a secondary school to stay open in your area, would you just accept that and say in a Whitney Houston tone that the children are our future? 03456060973. And in a couple of minutes I'm going to speak to somebody from the Resolution Foundation who thinks that UK furlough subsidies to avoid mass job losses should go on, and I think Labour will agree. Bill Overton with the 7:30 News here on LBC.
A Conservative MP has been arrested on suspicion of rape. The former minister in his 50s was questioned and released on bail yesterday. A teaching union says heads, staff and parents all need greater clarity about schools restarting while COVID cases are on the rise. The government insisted all pupils at both primary and secondary level in England will return next month. In Australia, the state of Victoria is being put back into lockdown for 6 weeks. The country's death toll is now 201. And the UK's second largest mortgage lender is taking a stand on the bank of mum and dad. The nationwide building society is requiring buyers now to prove at least 3/4 of their deposit comes from savings. The weather, sunny spells and scattered showers for Sunday. Earlier rain for Wales and the west, some heavier showers later on in the north, Scotland and Northern Ireland, with a high of 25 degrees.
LBC.
Psst. Did you know that Pimlico Plumbers have an utterly fabulous 24-hour service for plumbing, heating, drains, roofing, electrics, appliances, carpentry and building? Whatever your predicament, Pimlico Plumbers can send a friendly face to your door within the hour. Shh. And just between us, their work even comes with a 12-month guarantee. They aren't just any old tradesmen, they're Pimlico Plumbers, and they're always available on 0207 928 8888 or at pimlicoplumbers.com.
You join us today on the hallowed turf of our back garden. Sam, 13 years old, is attempting to break his own keepy uppy garden record, unbeaten for the last 2 years. Looking good, Sam, looking good. Just 2 more to go. Oh no, we've got a pitch invader. He's stolen the ball. Unbelievable, Jeff.
Adidas tracksuit and trainers from Very.
Backyard own goal from Buster.
Visit very.co.uk. Say hello to summer data deals at Vodafone. Get a Vodafone SIM-only plan with 5 times more data. 100 gigabytes for just £20 a month. Just one of the amazing offers in the Vodafone summer data deals. Switch to the UK's best mobile data network. Online or in store. Ready? Vodafone.
Ends 3rd of September, 24-month plans. RPI increased credit check terms and award verification apply. See vodafone.co.uk.
As London begins to reopen, we're making the public transport network cleaner than ever before. For everyone's safety, we clean our services regularly with hospital-grade antiviral disinfectant that kills viruses and bacteria on contact and protects for up to 30 days. We clean touchpoints, including handrails at busy interchanges every few hours. We've also introduced 1,000 hand sanitizer stations across the public transport network. Search TfL Restart Plan. To the Mayor of London and TfL, every journey matters.
It's Lidl's Pick of the Week. Save up to 45% on 12 fresh deals. Like barbecue pork kebabs, British rump steak and chicken drumsticks from only £1.20. £4.29. And baby leaf salad, a pineapple and deluxe British new potatoes from just 49p. All this and more in store now. Now that's big on quality and always a little on price. Subject to availability, selected stores exclude